Hit me.
Y'all know why we're here, right? We know why I'm here, you're here. We're sick of Madden. We're sick of just being stuck with one game, and we want more. We want options, right? So, if you go back to my last football video, I pretty much said, the genre is dead, and I'm pretty much kind of taking a break from it. That's still kind of true to an extent. This is going to be, I think, I have one last idea, right? I think there's one last hope of us getting what we want, but it's gonna require some unity and some people, not just some, all of us in the community, to stand up and you know what I'm saying, be more vocal about shit. That's what's gonna come down to. Now, so here's the idea, right? I've been kind of sitting thinking, I've been watching a lot of old videos of people just, voicing and expressing their opinions about, not only Madden, but just the genre as a whole, and just ideas and things like that. And it hit me. What if, right? Here's my idea, man. Now, how far this idea goes into fruition, who knows? It could be nothing. It could be the answer we need. And it's not, I don't want to sound arrogant or anything when I say that, but, hey, I just, who knows, man? Who knows how far this thing can take off? But here's the idea, right? What if? Here's what I think needs to happen: is somebody needs to get a hold of a past player, somebody that's well known, right? Here's a great example. I think Randy Moss, man. Randy Moss is a player that needs no introduction. Just amazing. One of the best ever to do it, in my opinion, man. One of the best receivers of all time, easily, right? He's up there with the Jerry Rices and the, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's up there, right? The Marvin Harrisons, the whoever. This is what I think needs to happen. I think somebody needs to, maybe it's a big YouTuber, who knows, right? But I think if somebody can get a hold of a former, like I said, legendary player, we'll take, for example, Randy Moss, right? Now, peep this. Somebody gets in Randy Moss's ear and says, hey, why don't you partner with a company? Preferably, of course, 2K. I mean, at this juncture, you know what I'm saying? We are no strangers to what's going on. Preferably, at this juncture, we all want that 2K football. But, any company, right? Let's say, Randy, why don't you team up with 2K Sports? Or why don't you team up with Sony or Microsoft? And why don't you guys sit down together and come out with a football game? And have, in this case, Randy Moss market the product. He can be on the cover. He can do commercials for it. Listen, I'm telling you, man. Now, I'm going to go into depth and into details. So before you start pausing the video and saying, well, this isn't, I'm going to address all the questions and get into detail about this, okay? So, just take a breath, y'all. All right? All right, y'all. Let's just, okay? Alright? Now, first off, right? Now, before you say, well, how is anybody going to get into contact with them and that's impossible? Listen, now you had a YouTuber, what was the guy's name? I believe it was Flemlo Raps or something to that vernacular, right? Now, this guy, you know, he's a pretty, I wouldn't say he's a huge YouTuber, but he gets his views and he does his thing. He was able to get in contact with Snoop Dogg, and they were able to get NCAA 14 on Xbox One. Now, I know you're saying, like, dude, who gives a crap, a backwards compatible game. My point is, though, you know, just some regular dude was able to get in contact with Snoop Dogg. You see what I'm saying? So, it is possible. I think if a big enough YouTuber, somebody with a big enough influence could definitely find a way to get in contact with certain people, right? Anyway. Okay. So anyway, here's the idea, right? Somebody gets in contact with Randy, says, yo, Randy, you know, we have an idea, we have a proposition for you. Why don't you team up with 2K and y'all sit down, have a discussion, and let's get a console quality, a grade A game back to consoles to compete with Madden. Now, listen to what I'm saying here, okay? Let's take a little trip back, alright? Let's get back to the time machine, to the soul plane, with whatever y'all take, the magic school bus. Let's take a little trip back in time with me, if you will. Now, this may not be the best example, but the first half of this example helps serve a purpose, right? Now, if we go back to Joe Montana 16, I know you might be saying, dude, that game flopped, and for those that don't know, it just became some VR bullshit, so, right? But here's the thing. We have to think back to before the whole E3 disaster happened, right? Before they announced, you know, the whole was going to be on mobile. Before then, the hype for that fucking game, the hype for that fucking game was through the roof, and you can't deny that. YouTubers left and right were making, even people that don't even talk about football were making videos about that game. Dude, hell, the New York Times, a paper that really doesn't dive into games that much, you know, that was making their headlines, man, because it was huge, because, you know, finally we were going to get some competition. Why do you think the hype for that game was so huge? We didn't even have damn gameplay. We had like 2 screenshots. Why? It's Joe Montana, because Joe Montana was promoting it. When you have a huge, people underestimate, when you have a huge legendary player such as a Joe Montana or a Randy Moss, that shit'll sell and generate hype just off. It'll at least generate hype off of the player name alone. And I mean, there's nothing else that needs to be said. You go back to the videos, man. People were ecstatic. People were, you know what I'm saying? We're doing cartwheels and they're like, yes, you know. And they didn't even see gameplay. See what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. That's why I said it has to be a player that is well known, well liked, that can really market and push a product, you know, like a Brett Favre, a Marshall Faulk, you know what I'm saying? In this example, I'm going to use Randy Moss, right? So imagine now, Randy Moss teams up with 2K Sports, right? They sit down. And listen, this could be plausible too, because you got to remember, they already have a business relationship. Randy Moss was on the cover of the first 3 2K football games. See what I'm saying? Back in the Dreamcast. So they've worked together. There's definitely a relationship there. I would hope, I don't know what the relationship is as of today. I would hope that it's still in good standards, and not good standards. Wow. I can't talk today. I would hope that, the relationship is still good. It's in good spirits, and there's still a good foundation between them. Also, taking to the fact, even Randy has come out and said, screw EA. Like, he's tired of EA's bullcrap too. Him and Terrell Owens came out and said, listen, like, we're sick of this crap. Like, we want to play something new too. Right? Here's what they can do. This is what I think they should do. 2K, Randy Moss, if y'all are listening, this is what y'all need to do, man. Come out with a fully customizable football game, okay? This is what you do. At its core, at its foundation, right? Create, just have like fictional teams. You know what I'm saying? Fictional names, whatever. Do something similar to All Pro, okay? At its core. That way, for the people that just want to hop on and just play, there's already teams available there for them. That was something that was a problem with All Pro, because you had to create a team before you could even get in the game. So you do that, right? Then what you can go do, this is key. Go out, okay, with all the players that have like retired and moved on now, go out and start getting former players to be in your game. But see, here's the difference now. Here's the difference from now, between now and 07. Look at all the players you can get now that are more recent. Yeah, they're not in the league, but they're still more up to date. You can go get, Troy Polamalu now. You see what I'm saying? You tell me people wouldn't be happy to see Troy. You can go get Ed Reed and Ray Lewis, Brett Favre. You have a much bigger playground to play with now. You have a bigger pool of players now. It doesn't just have to be ancient, dudes from the 70s. And no disrespect to them, because they can ball their asses off as well. But what I'm saying is, by having more current-ish players, that's going to bring in a bigger demographic. Because people are going to say, oh shit, Ed Reed's in this, or you know what I'm saying? Randy Moss is in this. Those are more up-to-date people, of this generation know who they are. Right? So I think that's what you do. Have something to where, maybe do something similar to All Pro, where you have your generics and then you can choose your star players, right? Here's the 2 key things, 2K, right? 2 key things. Number 1, right? Number 1, make sure you have those players in there and they can be used. That thing, right? Number 2, by making the game customizable, here's what's key. See, people don't realize an unlicensed game, if done right, has the potential to be better than an NFL licensed game. Why? Number one, you don't have to listen to the NFL's rules. Meaning, you can put whatever you want in your game. If you want hard season-ending hits, you can put it in your game. If you want helmets to fly off, if you want players to swear and just talk all kinds of shit, guess what? You can put that in your game. Madden and EA cannot, because the NFL has certain restrictions on them. Not to defend them. Their games are still trash and they still can be doing a lot better, but I'm just saying, by not having an NFL license, like I said, more freedom, more creative freedom, and two, by having a fully customizable game, you can play any league you want. Any. All you would have to do is put a roster share feature in the game and let people download other rosters. Done. You want to play college? Go to the roster share. Download some college rosters. Done. You can play college, NFL, Canadian, whatever, man. Whatever you damn near please. To me, that's better. Would you rather have a game where you can only play NFL teams, or you can do that and more? I mean, come on. Choice is obvious. But that's key. The customization is key. And two, this is what you can do now. By having all these classic players, right? Have some type of MUT mode, like a MUT competitor. But then make it so there's no microtransactions. You don't have to pay to get the players. Do you know how many fucking people would jump like that? Like that? You know what I'm saying? If 2K came out tomorrow and said, look, we have a football game, we have something similar to MUT, and guess what? You don't have to pay for it. You can just earn the rewards and earn the players in game. You can't tell me that wouldn't be a game changer, man. You can't tell me. If they do those two things, the customization and some kind of competitor to MUT, it's over, man. Between those two things, of course, a franchise mode. That's common sense. And if you market this thing right, I mean, listen, think about it, man. You mean to tell me, if you turned your TV on tomorrow and you saw Randy Moss was marketing a game, and it was made by 2K, or it was made by any well-known publisher that you know can make a good game, you're telling me you're not gonna buy that shit? If niggas are turned on, they see, oh shit, Randy Moss, he's got a football game. Some of you niggas would turn the TV off and go get right in your cars right afterwards, man. That's what I'm saying. But that's the idea, guys. I think at this point, this is probably our best and probably our only hope at getting comp is somebody we need to find a way to get in contact. Somebody who's willing to do it, man. So Randy Moss, if you're listening, hey, man, you know, a Brett Favre, a Troy Polamalu, whoever. I think this is the way to do it, man. Because just by having that legendary player alone, it's going to generate hype, man. Generate those sales. You see what I'm saying? Last thing I'll address, because I know people are gonna say nobody wants to play with old ass rosters and this, that, and the third. Well, that's where the customization comes in. By letting people customize the game, people can make NFL teams, or at least make something similar, close to the NFL logos. Put them on there, and you just download the roster to your console. Done. See what I'm saying? And number two, these fanboys, man. If we're being honest, 9 times out of 10 when you see somebody playing Madden, what are they playing? MUT. They're either playing MUT or they're playing franchise, in which either case they're not playing with the base rosters. That's what's funny to me. It's funny how when another company makes a game with older players, it gets trashed. Nobody wants to play with those old ass players, but yet these are the same people that turn around and pay for old players with MUT. Hypocrisy much? Hypocrisy much? Like some of the community are just straight hypocrites, man. You can't trash this shit and then turn around and praise MUT. No. Especially with the microtransactions, man. So anyway, that's just my idea, man. That's pretty much the last spark of brilliance I have left in terms of an idea, man. And hey, that's it, man. All I can do is spread the word, spread this video out. Let's get it rolling, man. Until then, I mean, all we can really do, like I said, is just, play the games that we got. If you feel like you had to buy the new Mads, at least just buy it used, man. That way, EA doesn't get your money, get your profits. And until then, man, like I said, I'm just gonna do other things, man, and play other games and stuff, and like I said, focus on other shit. And if it turns into something great, if not, it is what it is, man. But that's pretty much where I stand on football gaming. Competition or grave, So anyway, you guys let me know what you think. Please share and spread this video, man. Please like it, do whatever it is y'all do. Just please get the word out. Please share this video. And it's not even about me getting credit. I just want the idea to get out here. Okay? Just spread this video, spread this idea. And hey, like I said, man, you never know. I mean, like I said, we had a YouTuber get in contact with freaking Snoop Dogg, for crying out loud. So you never know, man. If the right YouTuber can get a hold of this, somebody that has a big enough prominent influence, you never know, man. You can get in contact with a former player and shit, man. So anyway, as usual, man, y'all do your thing in the comments, and I will talk to y'all later. Alright? Peace.
Watch me! Got something that makes me want to shout. I got something that tells me what it's all about. I got soul, and I'm super bad. I got soul, and I'm super bad.